Over the first 2 games, Randall Cunningham has the impressive stats, but he's had fumble difficulties. What are your impressions of Cunningham?
Well, of course, I've seen Randall at his greatest. He looks a little cautious to me. Randall told us yesterday that basically he's looking for the short receiver first rather than the deep receiver. He used to look for the deep receiver and then throw short.
And the Broncos have won the toss, and they will receive Roger Ruzek, getting set to kick it off. There's Ruzek in his 5th year out of Weber State, and he has been solid. Philadelphia Eagles coming off wins over New Orleans and Phoenix. And again, the good kickoff handled by Muhammad Oliver, the rookie from Oregon. And they will bring it out to the 20-yard line. That Denver offensive line has been unsettled. A potential weak spot at left tackle. The rookie free agent Russell Freeman going against Clyde Simmons. John Elway, the quarterback, Gaston Green, and Robert Perryman are the running backs. The receivers, Jackson, Russell, and the tight end K. When they go to the 13 wing, it's a 3 tight end alignment. Shannon Sharp comes in as an H-back. Right now, Gaston Green is the lone D-back. Away to throw on first down, and it is deflected and broken up. Wes Hopkins, the free safety, got a piece of it. The pass intended for Derek Russell. It'll be a 2nd and 10 from the 20. Philadelphia Eagle defense, one of the best in the NFL, sparked by the likes of Reggie White, Clyde Simmons, Leon Seals, a question mark because of a pulled hamstring, but he's in the starting lineup. The secondary, Jenkins, Allen, Waters, and Hopkins. Ricky Natil is now flanked out to the left side. And the completion to Victor Jones, running well for the first down. Gets across the 35, tripped up by the right corner. Eric Allen, 16-yard advance. Victor Jones, who is used primarily on special teams, is a 3rd-year man out of LSU.
Well, as Dan Reeves told us yesterday, he was going to try to use the short ball control passing, screen pass out to Victor Jones, couple good blocks in front. Jones is avoiding his Philadelphia secondary and picks up the first down. Good start for Denver.
And the first down play is to the ground, and Gaston Green is stopped by the right defensive tackle, Leon Seals. Gaston Green spent 3 years with the Los Angeles Rams. This is 2nd season with Denver. Now, last year, Bill, he ran for over 1,000 yards, made it to the Pro Bowl for the first time, but he has struggled behind that offensive line. Last week, only 11 carries, 21 yards.
Well, the offensive line's been in a form of disarray since training camp started. They haven't had the same guys in one spot until the beginning of this week. I mean, they didn't even have...
2nd down and 8. Play action fake. Elway for the sideline, incomplete. The pass intended for Mark Jackson. He was covered by the left corner, Izell Jenkins.
Well, as Dan Reeves said, the first 3 plays of this game are all designed to make the Philadelphia front 7 hesitant. You start the game with a quick little slant pass that Elway tried to get off. Then you slow him down with the screen. Now you try to slow him down further with play action. This is the first 3rd and extra long. This is where Philadelphia's at its best.
And that is a telling stat when they're 3rd and long. And a situation where it's 3rd and 4 plus. You saw the 1 of 17. Reggie Rivers now in the backfield for Denver. And Elway able to complete, but a hard hit. The ball was blown dead. Mark Jackson took a shot, and that's short of the first down. The strong safety Andre Waters up to rock Jackson.
Well, Andre Waters, of course, one of the most aggressive football players in the National Football League. You know, he has a little reputation for some things, and I don't think it's a deserved reputation. He's just a very, very aggressive football player. He had a couple of plays earlier in his career that were very closely scrutinized by the media. A lot of people think he's a dirty player.
You don't think he's a dirty player?
No, I think he's just a real tough guy.
Here's Mike Horan with a beautiful punt. By Sikahema. Lets it go fly. Took a tricky hop. And we'll have to wait and see where they spot it. So the Philadelphia Eagles will go to the offense for the first time. 40-yard punt, Eagle ball when we return.
July.
The Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, and this line has excelled at the running game. They are vastly improved from a year ago, in particular at right tackle. The second-year man, Anton Davis, has played well. Randall Cunningham at quarterback, a rejuvenated Herschel Walker in the backfield with Heath Sherman. Fred Barnett coming off an outstanding game last Sunday night against Phoenix when they go up to what they call the quarter. Calvin Williams joining Floyd Dixon. First down at the 17, and it's Walker battling his way, but he is stacked up at the line. Herschel Walker last week ran for 112 yards, going for over 100 yards for the second straight week. The front seven of Denver, like Philadelphia, one of the best defenses in the NFL, and the strength of this defense at the linebacker positions, led by Kroll, Brooks, Mecklenburg, and Fletcher. In the secondary, Braxton and Henderson at the corners. Good safety net. Dennis Smith, Dennis Atwater, the Tiger. They go to the extra defensive backs, and Langdon Gimri come on. There's Cunningham off the run, and he takes it out of bounds, short of the first down. Run out by Mike Kroll, who last week had 2.5 sacks against San Diego. Denver with 5 sacks in all. And Bill, there are many around the NFL who feel that Mike Kroll will be the league's next great linebacker.
Well, he certainly has the speed and the ability. I think he's a lot in the mold of Derek Thomas at Kansas City, a little bit smaller than Lawrence Taylor and those guys, but 2.5 sacks, he's off to a good start.
Third down, 5. The Eagles from their 22. And Cunningham may have had his arm hit.
Mike Kroll, of course, usually is on the right side of the defense, but Denver shifts him over to the left side to work against the wide receiver, Calvin Williams, and he gets a piece of Cunningham's arm.
So it was Kroll in on the play. Arthur Marshall is back deep. Waiting the punt from Jeff Fiegels. It is a good one. Marshall has to backtrack. Marshall tripped up across the 35-yard line. Marshall, a rookie out of Georgia, averaging 10 yards per punt return. A 55-yard punt.
One of these engines was filled with Castro.
Protects in ways other oils can't.
Dan Reeves' 12th season as Broncos head coach. Broncos have won the AFC West 4 of the past 6 years. John Elway with a first down from the 35, throwing on the run and going incomplete. Intended for Derek Russell, who was covered by Izell Jenkins. And John Elway this season not calling his own plays as he did a year ago.
Well, I think what the fans have to understand is the volumes of information a quarterback has to deal with. And you know, John Elway, he's got to get the right personnel in the game. He's got to get the formation out. He's got to do the motions if they have any. He has to do the line protection calls, you know, also the pass routes. And he may even have to tag it or call an audible on those offensive plays.
Elway with a 2nd and 10 goes to the ground. Greg Lewis, second-year player from the University of Washington, was stopped by the combination of Reggie White and Byron Evans.
you know, an example of something that John Elway might say in the huddle with those volumes of information. Now, that 13 wing, that's the type of personnel in the game. 3 tight ends. Ace right trip eagle is the formation. Dam is the motion. Ron is the line protection. 78 is the pass pattern. Half back out, Y sneak are the little tags and variations in the pass pattern. Now, he also has to recognize the defense and maybe audible out of that.
It's a 3rd down and 8. Goes for the shovel pass. And that is short of the first down. Shot in sharp. Took another hard hit, this time from Andre Waters. And the Broncos, who have sputtered offensively, have not been able to get anything going on these first 2 series.
Well, this is the second big hit by Andre Waters. And, you know, Waters is one of those superstitious guys. He usually goes around with a bald head, but you see he has hair there. His barber is Byron Evans, and they had a date at 5 o'clock on Friday for a haircut, and Evans didn't show up. So he's got hair today. He also wears that blue T-shirt under his shirt.
Mike Haran with a 41-yard punt. There's Evans, the middle linebacker slash bobber for the Eagles. There's Andre Waters, who was a holdout, said, although you didn't buy this, Bill, as you mentioned to him yesterday, he had said he'd retire, said he'd play in Canada, and then finally came to terms late in the preseason.
Well, it's just negotiation talk. You know, he said he missed training camp, too. You know, throwing water balloons at the rookies and things like that. So they get playful when they get about 30 years old.
It's a first down for the Eagles from their 16. No score. We're in early moments. And Cunningham swings it out for Walker. Herschel bullying his way, refusing to go down. Michael Brooks finally got him out of bounds.
This is the kind of thing that Herschel does so well, and it's taken a lot of pressure off Randall Cunningham. You know, he doesn't have Keith Jackson anymore, and Randall told us in the meeting yesterday that he uses Herschel Walker like he used Keith Jackson. First down run, first down screen. He's taken Jackson's place in the attack that Philadelphia uses on those 2 downs.
Yes, the Eagles' outstanding tight end Keith Jackson still holding out. No new developments. Jackson petitioning in federal court to become an unrestricted free agent. Keith Byers, who is lined up at the tight end position in the absence of Jackson. Jackson, incidentally, has a hearing set for this Tuesday, and you can see the impressive statistics Keith Jackson provided last season with 48 receptions. Keith Byers switched to a tight end position, lining up at tight end and as a wingback in a 3 tight end alignment.
Well, Byers is a terrifically versatile player, and you know, when you have a guy that can do that and you lose a premier athlete like Jackson, a guy like Byers is the only one capable of taking his place.
Herschel Walker running well. Has the first down, stopped by Carl Mecklenburg.
Well, Byers this time is a key blocker. You see him going in on the Denver nose tackle, Greg Cragen, and exercising that wham block that was so controversial last year with the Brad Baxter, Jerry Ball thing that instituted a rule change. You have to hit him above the waist now, and of course Byers made a very good legal block.
Eagles first down from their 38 minutes to go. First quarter with no score. Movement and penalty markers thrown for the first time. Referee is Larry Nemers.
Ball start, number 79 offense prior to the snap, 5 yards, still first down.
That is the left guard, Mike Shad, called on the penalty.
You see the left guard, Mike Shad, right there. He's the guy that's in motion, and of course, Philadelphia has a little change in strategy from the tapes that we've seen. You know, Byers hasn't been deployed in the backfield at all this year. He's been primarily a tight end. You know, Rich Kotite says he's using him as a fullback and a lead back today in front of Herschel. Now, Denver isn't really prepared for that type of look.
It's a first down and 15. Cunningham facing the rush, able to unleash. Calvin Williams made the catch short of the first down. The free safety Steve Atwater with the tackle. It's a 13-yard pass play.
emphasis on Randall Cunningham's athletic ability, I think a lot of fans have overlooked his accuracy as a passer. I always felt when I was in the NFC East that he by far was the most accurate passer in the division, along with our quarterback Phil Simms. This guy can throw the ball in some real small spots.
And he has completed 75% of his passes over the first 2 games of the season. That is tops in the NFL. Second down and about 4. Penalty flag is thrown. Herschel Walker picking his way. He's right at the marker. You know, Herschel lost 2 yards during the course of the week without even stepping on the football field. Last against Phoenix, originally he was down for 114 yards rushing.
Defense in the middle of the line.
So the call against Denver. The Elias Sports Bureau, which keeps the official statistics for the NFL, changed Walker's official rushing total just the other day from 114 to 112 yards. They figured it up, and they dropped 2 yards. They also changed Walker's receiving totals from 28 to 30 yards. He picked up 2 as a receiver. The deduction of the 2 rushing yards, Bill, means Walker is not tied with Emmitt Smith of Dallas for the NFC rushing lead. Walker is 2 yards behind Smith. Tough week for Herschel.
You are a veritable glossary of statistical information.
It is a first down for the Eagles. Fumble recovered by Cunningham. Randall Cunningham has had difficulties last week. Fumbled twice, turning one over 2 weeks ago against New Orleans. He fumbled, lost the ball 3 times.
Well, he's just a little late getting the ball in the pocket there. Herschel's kind of by the quarterback before Randall makes the attempt to get it in.
Randall Cunningham with fumble number 6, but this one was recovered, and that is the most significant end result of that play. And the Eagles have a 2nd and 10 at the 41. Just under 6 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. And Cunningham's pass again was batted down. Earlier was Mike Kroll who got a piece of it. That pass intended for Calvin Williams.
But the left corner, Tyrone Braxton, did a good job anticipating that play, and he might have intercepted that had Fletcher not batted it down. But Fletcher gets that big hand up there. But Braxton was right up quickly on Barnett.
Tyrone Braxton during the course of the week said that the Eagles defense gets all the publicity, but he said, hey, we're out there making the plays too. We're just as good as this team. And the Eagles now have taken some of those quotes, although they were kind of mild, I thought, but trying to use them for motivational purposes. Cunningham this time couldn't find anyone and runs for the first down and more.
Create a space inside for Cunningham to duck in and get back out. And that's one of the things against a quarterback like Cunningham you've got to be cautious of, going too far up the field, allowing him to step up in and get back out.
Randall Cunningham on a 3rd and 10 going for 29 yards. First down at the Denver 30-yard line of Myers, working out of the backfield, and he's stopped at the line by the outside linebacker, Simon Fletcher. Now talking with Wade Houston, the defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos. He was telling us, I should say Wade Phillips, he was telling us that they will employ the spy system.
It's a method of control on the quarterback where they assign one guy to stand relatively close to the line of scrimmage and try to mirror Cunningham wherever he goes. Now that time they didn't have it on, and he stepped up and was able to get out.
It's a 2nd down and 9. Myers not able to pull away from Fletcher. Once again, Cunningham going with the swing, and it is a long loss on the play.
Rich Kotite using a different kind of strategy today with Byers. Tight end the first couple of weeks and a motion man. Didn't carry the ball at all. Now in the backfield, lead blocker. Already has a couple of carries in the game, screening to him. Just a big departure from Philadelphia offensive tendency.
It's a third down and 13. And this is the 10th play of the drive. 3:20 remaining in the first quarter. Cunningham. Calvin Williams could not hold on through the double coverage.
Randall Cunningham's got to be a little disappointed with the result on that, because you can't throw it any better. Right in his hands. Those are the ones that the receivers, when they go to that receiver meeting on Monday, all the rest of the guys in the room talk about, well, did you hear footsteps or not?
And this, a 50-yard attempt. Fourth down and 13. And Rich Kotite going to Roger Ruzak, 2 for 2 last week.
Into the kicker. There is no foul on the play. The field goal is good.
Roger Ruzak connects from 50 yards out to give the Eagles a 3-0 lead.
Now, this could have brought up one of those decisions on the part of the Eagle coaching staff, whether to take the field goal or the first down, but didn't turn out that way.
50 yards away. He is now 3 of 3 for the season. The Philadelphia Eagles 3, the Denver Broncos nothing, with 3:09 remaining in this first quarter. Capacity crowd at Veterans Stadium, better than 65,000 on a beautiful 72-degree day. Marv Albert with Bill Parcells. A meeting of the undefeated Eagles, who have defeated New Orleans and Phoenix, and the undefeated Broncos with victories over the Raiders and the Chargers. Denver starting off the season 2-0 for the first time since 1989, although their offense has not been sharp.
But interestingly enough, Mark, the big play in that drive, the Cunningham long scramble, the very thing we talked about at the top of the show, the ability of the defenses to control the improvisation of the quarterbacks. And it's 3 points on the board already just with that play.
Oliver and Montgomery are back deep. Another excellent kickoff by Ruzak. Montgomery will stay right there. Well, NBC's premiere week continues tomorrow with all new episodes of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Blossom, followed by an NBC world premiere movie based on the true story. Carolyn Sapp, Miss America 1992, will star in her own remarkable story, Miss America Behind the Crown. That's tomorrow, right here on NBC. The Broncos from their 20. The lone deep back is Greg Lewis, second-year man from the University of Washington. Derek Russell splits to the left side. And here's Lewis. The Broncos continue to try to establish a running game, and they have not been able to do it. Byron Evans with the wraps on Greg Lewis.
This is that defense with Reggie White right over the center. All these guards and tackles covered in here. It's something that Philadelphia uses to disrupt that first down running game. And there you can see Evans coming off those big linemen in front of him, making a nice tackle.
Denver has rushed 3 times for only 4 yards. Second down and 9. Elway swinging it out, but Shannon Sharp met by the free safety, Wes Hopkins.
Shannon Sharp, one of those hybrid type players, a wide receiver in college, but used like a tight end and a wide receiver, sometimes a back in the backfield. They've had guys in the past. Gerald Wilhite was like a satellite player. They also have a guy named Steve Sewell who's out for the year. Denver, another type satellite player. Denver always has these guys detached from the main body. That's what satellite means, Mark.
Parcells pointing phrases once again. Elway. And it is incomplete. Eric Russell with the catch out of bounds. So it's 3 and out for Denver. To the defensive play of the Eagles. Mike Horan will punt from the 3. Vai Sikahema is back at the 38. And Horan able to line drive it. Penalty marker down. Good return by Sikahema. A 49-yard punt and a 32-yard return, but let's check out the penalty.
There's an illegal block in the black on number 55 of the receiving team during the run back. 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
That is Ken Rose.
On the bottom of the screen, you see Ken Rose peeling back there on the Denver coverage man, Reggie Johnson. And had he been able to just not throw, Sikahema's a guy that can usually make one guy miss. I can attest to that fact. I've seen him close up many times. As a matter of fact, out there one day in St. Louis, he ran right by our bench, 76 yards for a touchdown.
Was there a little temptation, as I recall, for you to tackle Vai as he ran by the bench?
He's too fast for me. He's too fast for me, Mark. I couldn't catch that guy.
First down at the 30, minute 16 remaining. First quarter, Eagles with a 3-0 lead on the Broncos. Herschel Walker takes a shot. Well, it was late in the 87 season. Vai Sikahema, then with the St. Louis Cardinals, took this punt by the Giants' Sean Landeta, and he went 76 yards for the touchdown. Now, check this out. There it is in the blue. That's a rotund Bill Parcells.
My head was on a swivel there. He went by so fast. Look at him now. He's doing one of those dances. And of course, another Eagle, Roy Green, was also in that game.
That incidentally turned out to be the Cardinals' last game in St. Louis before the move to Phoenix the following year. Cunningham gets it away in a hurry and has Byers. A Philadelphia first down up at the 42. Simon Fletcher ran him out.
The deployment of players here now. Cunningham has got Byers at the halfback position. He's lined up where Herschel's supposed to be lined up. So Byers is a tight end. He's a lead fullback. He's a regular fullback. He's an H-back, and he also splits out on third down. Now that's more than the union contract calls for.
10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Denver Broncos very familiar with the work of Keith Byers. Last time the Eagles and Broncos met back in October of '89, Byers ran for 93 yards, scored 2 touchdowns. That's the end of the first quarter here in Philadelphia. Eagles 3, Broncos nothing. Well, Denver only 29 yards in all in the first quarter. Once again, the running game has struggled. 3 carries, 5 yards. John Elway has not been able to get anything going. The Philadelphia defense has done the job.
There's only one significant play in the whole first quarter, and that's the Cunningham scramble. I mean, both these teams are feeling their way. Both the defenses are doing a pretty good job. Just can't let the quarterbacks run for 50 yards.
Yes, Cunningham went for 29. That helped to set up the field goal. That's the only score, a 50-yarder by Rizzo. Here's Cunningham throwing deep downfield, almost picked off. The pass intended for Fred Barnett. Tyrone Braxton with the interception opportunity.
Randall definitely behind the receiver on that throw. You see Barnett turning in, and Randall just throws behind him, hits Braxton right in the chest. Sometimes the receiver shields the defender to the point where he can't focus on the ball, and the ball surprises him, and that's why they drop those. Look like an easy interception, but actually they never saw the ball.
Braxton has made it back from knee surgery from a severe knee injury. Herschel Walker continues to run in splendid fashion. Michael Brooks brought him down. Herschel Walker waived by Minnesota, signed by the Eagles as a free agent back in June, reeling off 12 yards on the play.
Well, Herschel's at his best when he gets the ball deep and can exercise good vision. You know, he's very strong in the thigh area. He can run through those linebackers and defensive backs. Dennis Smith said guys like Walker shorten his career.
First down at the 46. And this time they bottle up Walker. Wilbert Montgomery and Steve Van Buren, the only Eagles ever to string together 100-yard rushing games. Now, you saw quite a bit of Van Buren in your day, Bill.
No, not Van Buren, but quite a bit of Wilbert Montgomery close up. And our players used to call him Timex, Marn. You know, that takes a licking. You know, that old deal, but that was his name. They referred to him as Timex.
Very clever also.
Yeah.
Second down and 9 at the 45-yard line. Cunningham standing in for an instant, couldn't find anyone, and slides to the 40-yard line, covered up by Braxton.
Again, the instance, the ends just a little too far up the field, and the Denver defense gets separated between the ends and the tackle, and Randall squirts through there and picks up the first down. Good downfield coverage.
Philadelphia Eagles with Abe Alexander at center, Eric Floyd, Mike Shadd at the guards, Ron Heller, Anton Davis at the tackles. It's a third down and 5. And that was deflected, thrown behind Byers, and a penalty flag is down.
This is going to be that hit in the head or a late hit on the quarterback.
Indication of a personal
foul. Roughing the passer, number 56, 15 yards, first down.
Michael Brooks called for the personal foul.
Well, you know, the league has made an effort to protect the quarterback, and you know they have that two-step rule there, that type thing, and you have to pull off if you're not within 2 steps, and Brooks didn't do it, and that's a good call by the official. That cost you points when you get those defensive penalties. Put Philadelphia, instead of taking over, now Philadelphia's in the scoring zone.
He goes first down at the Denver 26-yard line. 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Eagles with a 3-0 lead on a 50-yard field goal by Roger Ruzek. Randall Cunningham is 4 of 8. He's run for 38 yards on 4 carries. The big one going for 29. Herschel Walker trying to make the turn. Met by Carl Mecklenburg. Number 77, with help from the free safety, Steve Atwater. Here's Carl Mecklenburg. A 12th round draft pick back in '83. He's had an outstanding career. There were some football people who felt that age was catching up going into last year, but he earned his 5th Pro Bowl appearance.
I would have liked to have been able to draft a 12-round guy that went to 5 Pro Bowls. But we were never able to do that.
Second and 8. 8th play of the drive. 41 Myers in motion. Who dropped one earlier second touchdown reception of the season. Eagles the holder. Rout will attempt to add the extra point.
Randall, in an attempt to slow the Denver defense down using a heavy play action fake, you see it freezes all the front people, and Calvin Williams is able to beat the cornerback on a post. Easy touchdown for Philadelphia.
They called on that man, Michael Brooks, contributing to the Philadelphia drive. They go 8 plays, 70 yards, 4 minutes, 11 seconds. Capped off by the 24-yard touchdown from Cunningham, who was able to complete it with Calvin Williams. For Randall Cunningham, a 6th touchdown pass of the season. Ruzek with another strong kickoff, and Denver has not been able to get out of the end zone. Muhammad Oliver has to stay right there. So the Eagles defensive unit back onto the field. They've been outstanding. There's Reggie White, perennial Pro Bowl player. He was all over you after practice yesterday. Bill says you robbed him of 2 Super Bowl rings. You recall that USFL's supplemental draft. Giants could have drafted Reggie, let him go, though. You went for offensive lineman Gary Zimmerman, who, as it turned out, did not want to play in the New York area. I know
we were able to trade Zimmerman for a couple of real good football players, though. But can you imagine Reggie White on one side, Lawrence Taylor on the other side in the mid-'80s? Defense would have been illegal then.
Denver, first down at the 20, hearing it from the crowd. And Elway able to complete again a short-range pop for Derek Russell, who was taken down by the outside linebacker, William Thomas.
Well, Denver's problem right now is that, you know, they just haven't made any first downs at all. They haven't run the ball. 5 yards on 3 rushes. You know, they've got to keep their defense off the field a little bit and you know, move the ball down the field and get something going. They're throwing all this little stuff and trying, but so far they've done really nothing on offense.
As you see, Denver with the fewest number of first downs in the league. Second down at 5 at the 25-yard line. Here's a draw play for Gaston Green, trying to pick his way, but he is stopped. 3.5 gone by in the second quarter from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Capacity crowd 65,000 turning out. Eagles at 2-0. The Broncos at 2-0. And Denver now with a 3rd down and 2 at the 28.
This is where they've had the problems on 3rd down. 3rd and little long yardage here, and they're 1 for 20 this season in this situation.
Big rush. Elway can't find anyone. And a flag is thrown. Greg Lewis, the intended receiver. So the call against Denver.
Philadelphia refused that.
A receiver went out of bounds, came back in, and was the first to touch the pass. That's illegal touching. Penalty is loss of down. 4th down.
Well, at the top of the screen, you see Greg Lewis out of bounds there and working back in. And, of course, he's not allowed to catch the ball in that fashion. You know, you can't be the first to touch the ball. Somebody else has to touch it and then tip it to you. Then it's okay.
4th punt of the day for Mike Moran. Big rush. Just did get it away. And Sikahema calls for the fair catch. Little adventure, but able to hang on. 48-yard punt. A good one for Moran. We'll be back in a moment. Philadelphia starts out from its 24-yard line. They lead Denver by the score of 10-0. 10.5 remaining in this first half. And it's Walker on the draw across the 25-yard line. A reminder, next Sunday, NBC Sports will present an NFL doubleheader beginning 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time with NFL Live. Feature games Denver and Cleveland, Buffalo, New England, Pittsburgh and Green Bay, Buffalo and New England. Patriots last year in New England were able to knock off Buffalo by the score of 16-13.
Well, every dominant team in the division has a thorn in the side, and the Patriots are the thorn in Buffalo's side.
Herschel Walker continues to run well. Steve Atwater made the stop. Let's check in now with Bob Costas.
Marv, injury update at Lambeau Field where the Bengals lead the Packers 3-0. Green Bay hopes Don Majkowski's injury is only a sprained left ankle. X-rays coming at halftime. Brett Favre in at quarterback now. Meanwhile, at the Meadowlands, where San Francisco has a 14-0 lead on the Jets, John Taylor of the Niners suffers a fractured left fibula. Early reports out at least 6 weeks. Back to Marv and Bill.
Well, that John Taylor injury there, fractured fibula, Bob said. 6 weeks, big weapon for the Niners. Rice didn't play last week.
Well, Herschel Walker picked up the first down. That's 8 first downs for Philadelphia.
Rich Kotite, just seems a little more at ease this year. Last year we were down here to do that third game of the season. He was kind of grinding his teeth, but he says he's learned to expect the unexpected and just kind of go with it and know there's going to be a lot of adversity and just deal with it as it comes. And he's doing a really good job with this team.
First down at the 34. Herschel picking his way, and he is gang tackled. Rich Kotite in his second season as head coach. Did the job last year keeping the team together despite injury problems, that major injury suffered by Randall Cunningham, and took over from Buddy Ryan, and it was a smooth transition. Buddy very popular with his players. How about Buddy taking a little shot at you earlier on NFL Live? He said you may have received too much credit as Giants head coach. He said Ray Handley is receiving too much.
I agree with Buddy. I think the coaching's overemphasized. I do. It's the players' game, and
too much credit now.
Well, I'll take a little.
Okay, all right. I'll take it. That's the old Parcells. It's a second down and 9. And it's Byers. He has a first down. Michael Brooks made the stop.
You know what? When I was a young guy, they always used to take the guy on the playground that was the best and put him in all different spots and just throw it to him every time. Well, this is basically what the Eagles are doing with Byers today. He's in every different spot, and every first down, it's either Herschel up the middle or a little screen, or Byers is getting the ball. I'll tell you, he's a real versatile football player.
Herschel Walker with a short advance.
Ought to be about time for Byers again now, or Herschel just went up the middle, and now we'll have something with Byers.
Philadelphia second down and 8 at the 47. 7:35 remaining in this first half. The Eagles with a 10-0 lead on a 50-yard field goal by Ruzek, and a touchdown pass from Cunningham to Calvin Williams. This time out of the backfield, but he's stopped by the nose tackle, Greg Cragen. Greg Cragen, an undersized overachiever. He's been described as a boxer who fights a 12-round bout every Sunday.
Well, of course, he took over the nose tackle position from one of the great players in Bronco history, Reuben Carter. And he's a little quicker style. The whole Denver defense is comprised of the speed-type guys. They don't have any 305-pound guys like Reggie White playing. They're more quickness and speed-oriented, trying to get 11 guys to the ball style of defense. And, there's a lot of ways to do it. Philly does it one way, Denver does it the other.
Philadelphia third down and 6 at midfield. Cunningham. And has the completion with Calvin Williams. The only question was he inbounds. The officials are conferring. The coverage by Lilo Lang. They have not come to a decision. Yes, it is a completed pass.
Well, the officials had one of those board of directors meetings, but the ball right on the boundary. Calvin Williams up in the air. But the contention was that he would have been able to get his feet, both feet down, had not Braxton knocked him out of bounds. And that's within the rules. He would have been able to get his feet down had the defender not pushed him out. That's why they call it completion.
Well, Dan Reeves did not like that call.
Well, he knows the game is in danger of getting out of reach here with that Philadelphia pass rush.
Eagles first down at the 34. Here's the flea flicker. Cunningham throwing. Incomplete. Intended for Fred Barnett. Well, the Eagles worked on this during the course of practice the last couple of days. You thought they were about to pull it off in the first quarter. They held back, and it was well executed, but Cunningham could not get it to Barnett.
Well, they toss it to Herschel, and of course he's back to Randall, and they run both of the wide receivers deep. Now Randall gets a little pressure, and as a result of having to throw on the run, he can't really get enough velocity on the ball to get it all the way to Barnett. So the Denver defense did a pretty good job handling that play.
Back to the ground, Herschel Walker, the ball carrier, stopped by the left defensive end, Ryan Sauché, along with Michael Brooks.
Inside the red zone, you know, he's Richie Kotite is a guy that will take some chances, you know, to try to get his team momentum. Again, it's a quick strike area of the field, first down situation, second down situation, simulate that run and play, and then flea flick. It's a good choice of play.
Third down and 10. Floyd Dixon comes out as a third wide receiver. Cunningham with the time, goes up top, touchdown, Fred Barnett. Reception of the day, fourth touchdown of the season, comes off a career game against the Cardinals last Sunday. 8 catches, 2 for touchdowns. This goes 34 yards for the score, and Roger Ruzak adds the extra point. The Eagles with a 17-0 lead on the Broncos.
Fred Barnett's turning into the big play receiver in the league. He gets inside the corner.
Until a senior year in high school, his mom felt it was too dangerous, and then he went on to start him at Arkansas State. Missed most of the preseason this year with a shoulder injury, and he is off to a terrific start. The Cunningham to Barnett touchdown pass, giving the Eagles a 17-0 lead. And finally a kickoff return. It's Montgomery, and he's hemmed in at the 13-yard line. Excellent coverage by the Eagles special team led by little Mark McMillan.
Fred Barnett right here takes a very narrow split close to the Eagle offensive alignment. That allows and creates a big open area down the field for him to work against the safety, Steve Atwater. You see Barnett releases inside, creates some more distance, fakes a little post move, and then just outruns Atwater to the corner.
Denver starting out from its 14. They have been handcuffed to this point, and the snap was fumbled, and the recovered by Victor Jones. Byron Evans also involved.
I've been on the other side of a couple of these speeding frenzies on the part of the Eagles
shotgun, taking no chances, and it's an end around attempted by Arthur Marshall, and he's run out of bounds. Marshall, a rookie from Georgia, signed as a free agent, bothered by a torn rib cartilage suffered last week in the game against San Diego. And it sets up a 3rd down and 5, and you can see the difficulties of the Broncos here in the first half.
Well, you have to credit Philadelphia. I mean, Denver is attempting to do what Dan Reeves said they were going to try to do. The short passing game, the quick release. You know, they're not sacking Elway, but they just can't get any first downs or get in the scoring zone.
3rd down, 5. Elway going deep. Intended for Mark Jackson, covered by Otis Smith and Andre Waters. Once again, Mike Horan back to punt, and the Eagles go with 2 deep men, Sikahema and the speedy Jeff Seidner, a 6th-round draft pick out of the University of Hawaii.
Rich Kotite's very high on Jeff Seidner. He said he's a very explosive return guy, and you've got 2 guys back there that can go all the way for a touchdown. And it's a luxury to have 2 good return men. Not many teams have it.
Fair catch called by Sikahema. Some words exchanged. 43-yard punt. Eagles go back to the offense. Back to Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Marv Albert, Bill Parcells. With 3:38 remaining first half, it's been all Eagles. They lead by the score of 17-0. Keith Byers snagged up. Very short pickup for Byers. Dennis Smith, the strong safety, was on hand. Dennis Smith in his 12th year out of University of Southern Cal. Chatted with Dennis yesterday afternoon. Going into last year, he had said he wasn't sure that he wanted to continue playing, but he had a standout season, made the Pro Bowl for the 5th time. Here he is for a 12th NFL season.
Yeah, but all his friends are gone, Mark. He said he didn't have a roommate. He said he lives alone. It's like all his guys graduated.
2nd down and about 7 at the 41. Cunningham finding the room, goes sideline for Barnett, and a 1st down. Wyman Henderson on the coverage.
Well, Barnett, was taken a little lower in the draft than a guy with his ability you'd expect. He played at Arkansas State, and while he was there in college, they were running the wishbone, and you never really got a good chance to look at his pass receiving skills in the wishbone attack. It was all play action passes. So this guy, Buddy Ryan, researched and drafted him, and this guy's a premier guy in the league right now.
Are you giving Buddy credit? Trying to make friends now? Herschel Walker once again refusing to go down. Dennis Smith, the strong safety, making the tackle as we approach the 2-minute warning. Herschel Walker, 12 carries, 40 yards to this point in the first half. 2 minutes to go in the half. We'll be right back. Well, coming up, it's the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report. Bob Costas, O.J. Simpson, and Buddy Ryan will bring you up to date on all the action around the NFL. Gail Gardner will visit with your old friend, Cleveland Browns tight end Mark Bavaro. That's coming up at halftime.
Well, now there's a guy that bloodied Buddy Ryan's nose a couple of times down there in Philadelphia. Mark Bavaro, they had a hard time with him.
Hard-nosed player, Mark Bavaro. Able to make the Cleveland Browns, who obviously have had their difficulties. Play action. Cunningham couldn't find anyone, and he's hauled down. Greg Cragen with his 2nd sack of the season, 1st of the day for the Broncos.
Good choice by Randall, though, not forcing the ball down the field with the lead. They got a chance to put the kill shot on Denver right here if they could drive it in the 2 minutes. What you don't want to do is throw an interception and give Denver a little life going in at halftime.
Denver last year led the AFC in sacks with 52. jumping from the figure from the previous year. Last season, the Broncos went 12-4, finished first in the AFC West, had an outstanding year defensively in the playoffs. Denver beat Houston and lost to Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. This afternoon, have not been able to get anything going against the Eagles. And you can see another reason for the improvement. Same number of touchdowns when you compare the record of 5-11 in 1990 and the turnaround to 12-4. However, this is where they really were able to demonstrate improvement. That helped to turn the season around.
Well, defense is the key to any sport, and you can see it's reflected in that record there. Denver, big improvement, 20 touchdown improvement.
It's a 3rd and 14, and Cunningham under pressure, able to complete to Byers, but way short of the first down. Another factor when you take a look at total touchdowns, it depends when you score the touchdown. So that can be misleading, even though they had scored 32 touchdowns in 90 and 91. Some of those touchdowns may have been scored in blowouts in the season where they struggled in 1990. It's really when you score.
Well, same thing with yardage. You know, there's a lot of concession yardage and sometimes concession touchdowns. You trade points and yards for a lot of time, and sometimes when you're way ahead, you can do that, and so statistics are not always the true tale.
Penalty marker down. Fiegels getting off the punt to Arthur Marshall, and they will down it inside the 5. Jeff Fiegels with a strong game in Phoenix last week. Put 2 inside the 20. Jeff able to put 1 inside the 5 as it was down by Jeff Seidner. And let's check out the penalty. Against Philadelphia. Down to a minute 37 remaining in this first half. Eagles with a 17-0 lead.
The kicking team was offside. Number 85 lined up in the neutral zone, 5 yards. We'll repeat 4th down.
And that was the man who got downfield. He has good speed, but perhaps not that fast. Jeff Seidner, the 5'6" rookie from the University of Hawaii, was called on that penalty.
You're not used to seeing 5'6" guys on the Philadelphia practice field, but yesterday I saw 2 of them, Seidner and McMillan, both guys about 5'6", and after you talk to Reggie White, a few of those, these guys surprise you. You think they're, vendors or some guys.
Wait a moment.
Parking lot or something.
Vendors. Marshall had the ball popped loose. Arthur Marshall took the hit. But it appears the Broncos were able to recover. That was only a 35-yard punt and a 3-yard return, and it will be Denver on the ball at about the 23-yard line.
Well, one mistake by Seidner cost Philadelphia excellent field position. Instead of having Denver backed up on the 5-yard line, the fumble you see recovered by Denver, Denver winds up on the 22-yard line. Now, Philadelphia could have used their timeouts, held them back, forced a punting situation, maybe gotten a field goal out of this.
Victor Jones on the recovery. What about those vendors who were working out with the
I don't
Eagles?
mean there's anything against vendors. They don't look like football players. They're a little short for football players.
Reggie Rivers. What you're saying is they were short vendors.
Short vendors, yeah.
Mark McMillan, who goes 5'7", a rookie from Alabama, and the 5'6" Jeff Seidner. 2nd down and 9 as we come up on 1 minute to go in the first half. And Elway completes for the first down. Looked like the forward progress will be marked for Arthur Marshall as a 10-yard advance.
It's the first pass John's gotten down the field. Most of the others have been in the flat. He's attempted a couple, but that's the first one he's hit down the field.
Denver in the hurry up. 40 seconds to go in the half. That was nearly picked off. Flag is thrown. Eric Allen going for the interception. The pass intended for Derek Russell.
Denver's going to be called for holding there, and this is the situation. Philadelphia's pass rush so strong.
Offense, holding. running, number 76, 10 yards, repeat first down.
That's the right tackle, the veteran Ken Lanier, number 76, called for the hold.
Well, Lanier, number 76 on the right side. Of course, he's got Reggie White, and they're giving him a little help with another back chipping off, and they still get the holding penalty. And, you know, that's better than a sack, really, because sack you usually get the quarterback 5 or 6 yards. Here you get him for 10.
Now Russell splits to the left, Matias to the right. It's a 1st and 20. And Elway is tripped up. The clock is stopped with 33 seconds remaining in the half. First sack of the day for the Eagles.
Denver didn't have anybody in the backfield that time, and the Eagles were able to penetrate and create the sack. I think John will be real careful here.
Andy Harmon will get credit for the sack. Elway under pressure once again. Just did get it off. Chased by Reggie White, who is gunning for his first sack of the season.
Well, he's gunning for his first sack, but he's creating havoc in the Denver backfield today. You know, statistics aren't always the tale, as we said a minute ago. This guy is back there with a lot of heat on him. He's been back there 3 or 4 times already today.
Reggie White, perennial Pro Bowl player, at 15 sacks last season. He has 110 in 107 games. The only man in the history of the league to have more sacks than games played.
Well, if you want to do anything against the Eagles, you better block Reggie White, and you better take as many guys as it takes to do it to get the job done.
And it's back to the ground for Greg Lewis with time running out in this first half. And a timeout is taken with 7 seconds left in the half.
Delay a game on the offense, 5 yards, still 3rd down. Please put 11 seconds back on the game clock.
Well, Denver's got to be careful. I think Philadelphia might force them into a punting situation here. I think Dan would like to get into the dressing room without having to punt the ball if he could, but I don't know whether he's going to be able to if Philadelphia uses their timeout.
Seconds remaining. And again, the inside handoff to Lewis. Clock is running down, and now the clock has been stopped with 3 seconds remaining. The Eagles do take a timeout.
Well, that's a smart call because they got a chance to block the punt. You never know what's going to happen. There could be a bad snap. The punter could drop the ball. There are all sorts of things that could happen that can result in points. So you always take the chance.
It has been a very busy day for the Denver punter, Mike Horan. He has punted 5 times.
Sikahema won't take any unnecessary chances back here on the return. If the ball's too tough to catch, he'll just let it go and time will expire. But I think Philadelphia will definitely come with a 10-man rush here.
Seconds remaining in the half. The Eagles with a 17-0 lead. 2 touchdown passes by Cunningham, 1 to Barnett, and 1 to Williams, and a 50-yard field goal by Rizzo. And Moran able to get it away. And Sikahema lets it bounce. Cunningham with 6 for 8, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns, leading the Eagles in this first half. Time has not officially run out. A flag thrown. We'll hear the official word from the referee, Larry Nemmers. Are headed back to the dressing room. The officials continue the discussion down at the 25-yard line. All right, here is Nevers.
We have illegal hands on the offensive team prior to the kick. The half is over since the foul is on the offensive team.
And now that concludes matters in the first half. So the Eagles with a 17-0 lead on the Broncos. Now let's go to Bob Costas in our New York studios for the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report, brought to you by Domino's. Nobody knows like Domino's how you like pizza at home.
Okay, and the former Eagles coach, Buddy Ryan, joins O.J. Simpson and me in our studio in New York. So let's get your thoughts on this first half, which Philadelphia obviously has dominated 17-0.
Well, you can't say enough about the Eagle defense, but Randall, of course, the first big play they had with a big scramble by Randall set up a score. So both sides of the ball are doing well in Philadelphia. Their defense is just smothered. I don't think Denver has 50 yards of offense.
You pointed out the big scramble. To this point, people have been saying, look, he's doing a great job throwing from the pocket. 7 touchdowns now with the 2 he's thrown in the first half. No interceptions to this point in the year, but they question the mobility. Will it ever be the same after last year's injury?
I really can't tell any difference in the way he runs. He runs well. He's still got the speed and the agility, so I don't really see any difference.
O.J.?
Well, I'm not surprised to see that Denver is struggling on offense. Historically, they try to keep the game close and hope that Elway can work some magic in the end of the game. I'm surprised at how good Philly appears offensively. They seem very diverse, and coming into this week, I thought the Niners, along with the Cowboys and the Bills, were by far the best teams in football. I'll have to put Philly in that group now.
Well, you know, I think Elway will have to run a miracle to stay alive the rest of the game.
Herschel, by the way, 12 carries, 40 yards in the first half. Let's take a look at a couple of examples of the kind of D the Eagles are putting on the Broncos today at the Vet, and they both involve Andre Waters. Mark Jackson making the apparent catch, and he's splattered. It's ruled an incompletion, not a fumble.
Well, that's a great play. Andre hits him where he's supposed to, makes him drop the ball, and then he comes up and takes a big running back that weighs about 3 times as much he does on low.
Yeah, so first he wallops Jackson high, then he takes Shannon Sharp on a little shovel pass out low. You take exception, and always have, to those who characterize Waters as a dirty player, though a lot of people really think he is.
Oh, no, he's not. He just weighs 180 pounds. He plays those big guys. He has to tackle them low. He works on a low plane in most cases, which is smart of him. I think his reputation has been enhanced by the media quite a bit.
Enhanced or ruined?
Well, him being a dirty player, I think that's more media than anything else.
Philadelphia with that 17-0 lead. San Francisco leads 24-0 at the Meadowlands over the Jets. Steve.
To Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Marv Albert with Bill Parcells, and the Eagles with a 17-0 lead on the Broncos. Brad Galuiso getting set to kick off for the first time. He has placed all 8 of his kickoffs in the end zone or beyond his first 2 games, and this one is high and far. Now let's take a look at the Coors Light halftime statistics, and it has been all Philadelphia in that first half.
Well, surprising, the big thing there, time of possession. Of course, Denver 19 yards rushing, not much offense at all. No turnovers, pretty clean game, but Philadelphia, big plays. Randall scrambled at one time, hit the big play to Williams. One more score here, and Denver really probably doesn't have a chance to win this game.
The Eagles open up with 3 wideouts, Williams, Dixon, and Barnett, as they start from the 20-yard line. Randall Cunningham able to complete to Calvin Williams for a short advance. Tyrone Braxton on the stop. A superb first half for Cunningham. He was 10 of 15, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. For the season, Cunningham has thrown 7 touchdown passes, and he has yet to be intercepted.
Well, you see Randall's confidence seems to be growing as this game goes on. I watched the Phoenix tapes last week, and he wasn't as confident in that game as he is right now at any time.
Did you feel he was on the cautious side?
I thought he was a little cautious, but today he just seems to be a little more aggressive in his in his will to scramble. He told us yesterday that he thought he was going to have to run more today. So mentally, he's geared to running a little more today than he was down in Phoenix.
Carl Mecklenburg able to make the tackle on Randall Cunningham. It's a 3rd down and 2 at the 28. Randall Cunningham making it back from the torn ligaments in his left knee. And he has looked very sharp, taking all the snaps. He is the most efficient passer in the NFL coming into today. Well, that one was anticipated by Brian Soche.
Sometimes in a nickel situation, you try to run the ball at a traditional running player, in that case a pitch out to Walker. The ends are running up the field in a pass rush posture so quickly that you really can't design any blocking scheme. And then Soche got up the field right in Walker's face, and Walker had no chance.
Eagles back to punt at his 7-yard line, only his 2nd punt of the day. Arthur Marshall in single safety, and it is a beauty by Fiegels. Here comes Marshall. Arthur Marshall stopped by the punter, Jeff Fiegels. And Fiegels will be feeling that one for a while. A 53-yard punt and a 45-yard return by the rookie out of the University of Georgia.
Yeah, Arthur Marshall, but you've got to credit Jeff Fiegels here. He does this exactly the way he's coached it. He uses the sideline as the ally. He doesn't give Marshall the cutback. If he gives Marshall the cutback, this is a touchdown. He forces him to the sideline and then hopes he can lunge and get him. May have saved Philadelphia a touchdown.
This is the first excitement of the day for the Denver Broncos. First down at the Philadelphia 28-yard line. Gaston Green stopped by the right defensive tackle, Leon Seals, who was a question mark for today because of a pulled hamstring, forced to the sidelines last week. Leon Seals in the lineup and has gone most of the way.
Well, yesterday I saw him. He still had his Buffalo Bill raincoat under his Philadelphia practice. I said, "That's your Bill stuff?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "They never gave me anything, so I just took it when I left."
Quiet from Buffalo for a future draft pick. After Mike Pitts went down, Elway calling for time. So a timeout spent by the Broncos.
You hate to do that here. It gets the crowd into the game, and you know, I'm sure Coach Shreves didn't want John to do that.
All right, we'll be right back.
Why did Hertz invent #1 club goal service? To beat the rush hour. See, every plane and everybody seems to land at once.
Denver timeout just a moment ago.
But one of the downsides about using multiple personnel, same play, lots of different people, sometimes you get the wrong people in there. You don't want a bad play. You got to use the timeouts, and that is a downside of multiple substitutions.
It's a 2nd down and 8. Elway under pressure with his first sack of 1992, and the 2nd sack of the day for the Eagles.
Well, Reggie White coming around. Now Elway steps up. This is a blitz situation for Philadelphia. Reggie comes from his left end, works over the middle, and is able to corral Elway. John was expecting blitzes from Philadelphia in the red zone, though.
3rd and 11 at the 29. Elway fires, and that will set up a 1st and goal. Mark Jackson on the reception. A penalty flag has been thrown further upfield, but Jackson with a nice catch and was able to take it in bounds. However, the call against Denver.
We have an illegal forward pass on the quarterback who passed the line of scrimmage to throw the ball. It's a 5-yard penalty and loss of down.
penalties you can have because you lose the down and you lose the yards also. So now Denver's in a field goal situation. But John Elway has the uncanny ability to get how he got out of that rush is beyond me. Heavy pressure up the field from Reggie. You see ducks under Reggie. Okay, then he outruns Harmon, and here he is coming right up to the yard marker, and as he throws, his left foot is across the plane, so it's a good call by the official.
Denver will attempt to put some points on the board. A 49-yard field goal attempt for David Treadwell. No good, off to the right. David Treadwell, not noted for long-range field goal accuracy, is not able to convert.
Well, here's a case where the punter does more than punt the ball. He saves a touchdown run. Now, one-on-one in the open field should belong to the punt returner, but as we said before, Fiegels uses the sideline, forces the runner out of bounds, and allows the defense to make the play.
Pretty spin move by Keith Byers, ripping off a first down. 13-yard pickup for Byers. Kenny Walker, the right defensive end, made the stop.
Well, Byers, this is a big departure on the part of Philadelphia from the tendencies that they had accumulated over the first weeks. Byers had not even carried the ball. Now he's a featured runner receiver. They'd used him in the passing game, but Rich Kotite has to be commended with his play selection because Denver is not looking for Byers on the run.
Kenny Walker, right defensive end, a remarkable story as once again Byers gets the call. Kenny Walker, only the second deaf person to play in the National Football League, following, you remember, Bonnie Sloan, who was with the St. Louis Cardinals back in 1973. Kenny Walker in his second season out of Nebraska and has taken over the starting role at right defensive end.
Wade Phillips said that, you know, Kenny doesn't have any problem with the defenses. The only thing he has trouble with sometimes on the line of scrimmage is the audibles, and the Mecklenburg and Brooks just tap him, and he knows which way he's going. He's been around long enough now to get a feel for it.
Second down and 8 at the 47-yard line.
Little cat and mouse with Randall, fake the safety blitz. He called the audible, and then Denver backed out of the blitz.
Cunningham able to complete the tight end, Pat Beach. Cunningham was being chased by Jeff Mills and was able to unleash to Pat Beach.
The safeties come up and try to time out the safety blitz. They get there a little too early. Randall sees it. Here they come with the backers. Randall sees it. He calls the audible. Now the Denver secondary checks out and goes back to its zone defense and hoping that they can catch Randall in the wrong play. Pretty good cat and mouse right there, Mark.
And at the first reception of the day by Beach. First down at the 37. Timing pattern, and it does work to perfection with Barnett.
Barnett is using the field. He narrows his split down. This is the second or third time we've seen it. He narrows his split down and then gets himself some room to operate. Randall knows he's going to that designated area and just lays the ball up there.
What do you mean by split down?
Well, he lines up closer to the offensive formation than normal, and that creates more open space for him to run in.
Here's Byers throwing. He threw short. Well, Keith Byers has had great success with the option pass, but that time it did not click.
This play looks very familiar to me. Here's Walker in motion. They pitch it to Byers. Walker fakes the block. This guy fakes the block. Byers comes out and tries to hit Walker deep after the pitch. See, Herschel simulating the block, wide open. Byers lays it too far outside. outside for Herschel, right at the flag. Not right on target by Byers.
He has thrown 5 touchdown passes in his NFL career. It's a 2nd down and 10. Cunningham goes the other side, incomplete. Off the mark, intended for Walker.
I've seen that play before, Marv, that Byers halfback pass. Now, he threw that against the Giants the opening game in 1990 for a touchdown on us. The same formation, the same play, and Rich Kotite told us they had it in the game plan again today, and there it was.
Well, let's see. It was a 9-yard pass. Anthony Toney.
Here he is against us.
Yes.
Oh, man, that guy. You're bringing back bad memories, Marv.
That was the intent.
I don't know where these guys find these footage.
That incidentally was Byers' most successful year as a passer. Byers, now the receiver, makes the catch just inside the 10-yard line. Back in 1990, Byers went 4 of 4 as a passer, all 4 going for touchdowns.
Well, it's just a tribute to his versatility. You stop and think what this guy's done here today. He lines up wide. He's on the shotgun. He's in on every down. He's a lead blocker. He's a pass receiver. He's a runner. He's a tight end blocker. And now he throws the ball.
26-yard field goal attempt for Roger Ruzek. Make it 27 to the official. Hit from 50 early in the game. Does it again. 7.5 remaining. 3rd quarter, the Eagles extend to a 20. Philadelphia Eagles with a 20-0 lead on the Denver Broncos. You know, it's been a difficult time, though, for the Eagles. Tough time emotionally following the death of their Pro Bowl defensive lineman, Jerome Brown, in an automobile accident last June. They've kept his locker intact in the Eagles dressing room in memory of Jerome. Not only was Jerome Brown an excellent player, but very popular with his teammates. And the Eagles have dedicated their season to him. You saw just a moment ago the Eagles jersey now featuring that newly designed larger patch in memory of Jerome Brown. Alton Montgomery with the return.
Jerome was a guy that not only a very, very tough opponent to face, but he was a young fellow that I knew personally and had gotten to know. In fact, a year ago had dinner with Jerome and Cortez Kennedy, one of his close friends. And, you know, he was a terrific kid.
Penalty flag has been thrown.
23, 5 yards, free kick.
Called on Heath Sherman, and it will be a do-over. Philadelphia Eagles with a record of 2-0 beat New Orleans at home, won at Phoenix last Sunday night. So much for the Bruce Coslett almost guarantee. Wasn't quite a guarantee of a victory, but trying to charge his club up. He said we will beat the San Francisco 49ers, and the Jets taking a beating at the Meadowlands.
31-0. Woo. San Francisco. That's got to be a shocker for the Jets. They're going to go to 0-3, and, you know, with Buffalo, such a strong team that right now, you know, people don't think of it in that way, but the only thing they could possibly hope for is a wild card right now with 13 games to go in the regular season. And
yes.
That's not the best thing to be hoping for this time of year.
Right, you look back at precedents when you get off 0-2, 0-3, the numbers tell the story. That is their best hope, and will be tough with Jeff Lageman out. The best defensive players sidelined for the season.
It's such a fine line between winning and losing. That's why a team like Philadelphia has been close so many times. You know, they're running out of chances. Their players know it. Their coaches know it. This team is going to be an aging team in a year or two. This looks like the best chance that they've had in a long time to get to it. Of course, you got to be playing good in December and January to win the Super Bowl. It's always nice when you get off to a good start like they have.
Montgomery taking that short kick and returning to the 34-yard line. We approach 7 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. John Elway has been silenced to this point. Only 2 first downs picked up by Denver. Simmons with the sack, but you see the penalty marker down. Clyde Simmons had 3 sacks last Sunday night against the Cardinals. And the call against Denver.
I wouldn't be surprised if Philadelphia declined this one.
Holding, 68 offense, penalty refused, 2nd down.
On the top of the screen, the left tackle, Russell Freeman, working against Clyde Simmons. Now, they're trying to use Greg Lewis a little bit to help Freeman, but Lewis doesn't get a piece of Simmons, and Simmons, of course, is the leading sacker for the Eagles this year.
Very tough assignment for the free agent rookie out of Georgia Tech. Russell Freeman, 2nd down and 17. Elway, incomplete. Eric Russell, who took a hit, not able to hold on. And Russell shaken up. Otis Smith on the coverage, and words exchanged between the Broncos and the Eagles. Back to the subject of Russell Freeman. He grew up amid the steel mills of Homestead, Pennsylvania, going up against Clyde Simmons after facing Leslie O'Neal of San Diego last week. He was a 3rd-team All-American in his senior year at Georgia Tech, but was ignored in the NFL draft. And the blackest mark on his football resume was the stroke that he suffered back in 1984 as a sophomore in high school. Weakened the vision of his right eye, left him with temporary paralysis. Really forced him to give up sports, and the jury was out. He was not drafted, but here he is in the starting lineup at left tackle for the Broncos. Elway airing it out. And let's see, is it intercepted? Yes. Otis Smith able to pick it off. There is a penalty marker down.
Holding, 76 offense, penalty refused, 1st down.
It's called once again on the right tackle, Ken Lanier, so the Eagles will take over on the interception.
One of the ways that Philadelphia tries to control the ability of Elway to scramble is to rush 5 guys. Now you see 5 guys rushing. It kind of keeps a full-prong attack on Elway, and he throws the ball up, and the Philadelphia defensive back Smith makes a nice interception.
With a 20-0 lead on Denver. Marv Albert and Bill Parcells from Philly. A good portion of our audience now will be switched to Kansas City and Houston with Don Criqui and Paul McGuire. Houston with the ball, trailing by a touchdown. It's a 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Keith Myers gets the call.
Philadelphia's way to keep Elway in the pocket is to use these 5 guys, 2 up the field, and then the heavy push right up the middle, giving him no lanes of escape. That's the kind of pressure they put on him on that last interception. You see he's squeezed from all sides. He heaves it up there. The ball's deflected, and Otis Smith comes up with a real good defensive strategy by Bud Carson and the Philadelphia defensive staff.
And the first interception of the season for Otis Smith. 2nd and 9 from the 37. Barnett pulling away at midfield. Fred Barnett with excellent moves after the catch, taken out by Dennis Smith. Put the nice spin on Wyman Henderson, and that goes for 13.
Well, Barnett, of course, he's got everything going for himself now. He's already been deep a couple of times. He's been down the sideline. He beat Atwater. He beat the cornerback, Wyman Henderson. Now they're throwing in front, and, you know, Barnett's having a big day. And average per catch is the thing about Barnett. He's very, very high in the league right now. He's 4 for 78 today. Now, I'm not too good at the vision, Mark, but that's almost 20 runs.
Good. Yes. Very well done.
I learned that. I wasn't here about 18 months.
Herschel Walker with a short pickup. Michael Brooks made the stop. will be a 2nd down and 9. Eagles with a 20-0 lead. Well, Purdue and Notre Dame coming up next Saturday, 1 o'clock Eastern time here on NBC. Getting underway with Notre Dame Saturday. I'm told, Bill, that John Dockery will be dining at the Lou Holtz estate Friday night.
If he is, I'd be checking the menu.
Lou did apologize for jumping at the line of questioning by John in the post-game scenario last week. Cunningham. That was nearly picked off. He threw into a crowd. The intended receiver was Keith Byers, and he was being covered by the linebacker Jeff Mills.
Randall hasn't made any poor decisions today until that particular pass right there. Now, you know, the only way that Denver is going to be able to come back and win this game is if Philadelphia makes that offensive mistake, and that was a chance to make that mistake. And I'm sure Rich Kotite will talk to Randall and say, hey, let's just be a little more cautious out there with this big lead. Let's not give him anything to light the fire.
3rd down and 9. 4:25 to go in the 3rd quarter. Eagles 20 and the Broncos nothing. Cunningham on target with Calvin Williams. A 49-yard touchdown pass play. Calvin Williams' 2nd touchdown of the day, and the Eagles open up a 26-0 lead.
Well, when you got Barnett on one side and then Calvin Williams on the other side, it's kind of like a brush fire now.
5 plays, 64 yards, and they did it in 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Roger Rizek for the extra point.
These Philadelphia receivers are starting to come into their own. You know, Buddy Ryan drafted all these guys at once, and another guy named Bellamy that didn't make the squad. But Barnett's going great now. Calvin Williams is going great now. And, of course, Randall, he's real happy about that throw.
A top fuel engine is really...
Well, I tell you, I hate to be in John Elway's shoes right now, Mark. 27-0 on the road against this pass rush. And this is the thing he was talking about, the bees and honey thing. That, you know, the more honey they get, the more bees you got. Well, he's got a lot of bees now.
Yes, they'll be just taking shots. Elway, in the last meeting between these two clubs back in '89, was sacked 7 times. That was in Denver. Eagles winning 28-24 as they forced 6 Denver turnovers. Bruzek with the line drive kickoff. And he runs it out. Arthur Marshall looked confused. And Marshall able to work his way out near the 15.
Well, Marshall's backing up along the end line there, and he muffs it, and he's not sure what to do, but decides to come out, and that's a good choice when you're unsure. But he doesn't get out very far. Pretty good run and not much help blocking.
John Elway hearing it from the crowd. He's only 6 of 16, 39 yards. It's been a very long afternoon for John Elway. He has been sacked 3 times, and a timeout is taken. So the Broncos call for time. Well, tonight it's an all-new Secret Service based on the actual cases. And then on an all-new eyewitness video, you can see incredible footage of a woman who survived a whale attack, followed by an NBC world premiere movie starring Kathy Ireland, Danger Island. That's all tonight right here on NBC. John Elway has made it back from shoulder surgery. Coming into today, completed 50% of his throws. Last week against San Diego, 14 of 24, 2 touchdown passes, ran for 16 yards, only 5 fewer than Gaston Green. Denver not able to get anything going on the ground, and that also the case here today. They have not been able to establish an offensive personality.
Well, they were going to try to throw short early, and they did. They had time to throw early, but they just couldn't hit enough of them to get a drive going. So now they're faced with this big deficit and having to have a big play, or a lot of big plays.
First down at the 15. Leon Seals with the wraps around Reggie Rivers. Reggie Rivers, a second-year player from Southwest Texas State, signed as a free agent last year, and he is stopped by Seals.
Well, they're trying to trap inside, and Philadelphia's in a pass rush mode, and you're just not going to be able to do much with those inside people here now. They're playing pass. They don't care about a little run and play up the middle.
2nd and 11, and penalty flags are tossed.
Prior to the snap, number 88 offense. It'll be 5 yards, still 2nd down.
Well, the tight end Clarence Kay just lunges forward, and of course Reggie White is keying on any movement, and this is another thing that happens in these kind of situations. You know, the offensive linemen get jumpy, the defensive guys are just playing passing. It's just a one-dimension game, and when you're playing a one-dimension game, the defense just has all the advantage that it could possibly want.
2nd and 16 down at the 9. Elway dumps it off. Victor Jones is stopped for another loss by Byron Evans.
This is the play that Elway hit about the 2nd or 3rd play of the game. Little screen to Victor Jones, and of course Evans is out there making a real good attempt at a tackle, and Eric Allen and Mike Golick kind of come up and finish it off. You know, everybody's in on this thing now. Usually it's just Reggie and Simmons and Joyner and some of those guys. Now you got them all.
3rd and 19, back at the 6. Elway couldn't find anyone. Had to go down. And the punting unit will check in. Eagle fans here at Veterans Stadium love it. Minute 45 remaining, 3rd quarter. Eagles lead 27-0, and Mike Horan has come on to punt for the 6th time this afternoon. Mai Sikahema is out at midfield. Big rush. And Sikahema was not able to field it. 56-yard punt thanks to the roll. So the Eagles back to the offense, and they'll take over at the 35-yard line. A reminder, next Sunday, NBC Sports will present an NFL doubleheader. It gets underway 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time with NFL Live featuring Buffalo and New England. As we mentioned earlier, Patriots were able to win in Foxborough against Buffalo last season, 16-13. The Bills went into that game with a record of 10-1.
Well, of course, those Bills with that high-powered offense, you know, they go into any game 10 and something.
We're approaching 1 minute remaining in the third quarter, and Cunningham, let's see, they call it a sack. He thought he got it off. He did not go down, but Shane Dronette, a rookie from the University of Texas, will get credit for the sack.
Well, that's that new rule there where they're going to let it go just a little bit longer and only call it a sack if there's exact control. And of course, you can see that Dronette has him cold there, and Randall's just hoping for something that he wasn't going to get.
Last week, Shane Dronette came up with his first NFL sack, and then he lost it on a penalty. So this one is now in the books. His first as a professional. Second down and 15 at the 31. Draw play for Herschel Walker, and that is stifled. Steve Atwater up from free safety to make the stop. The last time the Denver Broncos were shut out was back in 1988. New Orleans Saints did it. Broncos have been shut out only twice during the course of John Elway's career. He's in his 10th NFL season. First time was back in 1984. And the Broncos trailed the Eagles 27-0 as we close out the third quarter. Cunningham completes to Byers, but it is short of the first down. Atwater makes the tackle, and that is the end of the third quarter. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Jackson, there's the Isaiah bar named after Isaiah Thomas, and now, by golly, the Randall bar. Randall Cunningham with a new candy bar with a very handy place here for an autograph. No, that's what sells.
Would you like mine, Marv?
What is that, the Parcells bar or autograph?
No, that's Randall's candy bar. It's scrambled.
Yes.
You know, after the scramble, peanuts and caramel.
Very nice. And I saw you munching on one earlier. There's a shank punt. Jeff Fiegels would like to have that one back as this fourth quarter gets underway. The Eagles 27 and the Broncos nothing, and Mr. Stats, our statistician Elliot Kalb, has that one down as a 16-yard punt for Fiegels. The Denver Broncos take over at the 45-yard line through three quarters, all Philadelphia. Time of possession 29 minutes to just under 16.
Someone told me you could hold Denver to 52 yards with John Elway playing quarterback for three quarters. I would have been willing to bet on that.
Elway going incomplete. Pass intended for Mark Jackson.
The thing that's happening here in Philadelphia that I sense differently, in all honesty, Marv, even from the times that they had great wins over us, I sense a crowd confidence in the team that I haven't sensed before. I mean, they were enthusiastic and exuberant and some of the best fans in the league. But I think this game today, 2-0, Randall back, and the performance that they put on has got the whole crowd excited about the prospects of the season.
Received, I would have to say, I watched you down on the field earlier in what has to be termed as cordial fashion. Elway able to complete, and moves put on by Arthur Marshall. John Booty and Eric Allen combining for the tackle, and that goes for 24 yards.
Well, that's the biggest gain of the day. John gets Marshall coming across. Now, you know, guys like Arthur Marshall are in this game because some of the top Denver receivers, Vance Johnson and Michael Young, are on the verge of coming back, but they're not ready yet. Dan Reeves said yesterday, if these guys could just hold the fort, until those guys get back, they'll be in pretty good shape because they're getting experience to their young guys as well as playing and winning games.
It's a draw play for Greg Lewis. And he has a first down, so Denver with successive first downs, only 4 for the day. That goes for 12 yards. Yes, Steve Sewell, who you referred to earlier as one of the satellite players, out with a broken ankle. He's out until December. Vance Johnson out along with Michael Young.
And here's another young guy, you know, Greg Lewis, University of Washington, in for Gaston Green. Now, if you can get your young, even in a losing situation like this, you get your young players experience, it can serve you well later on in the season.
Sammy Smith also sidelined. They're looking to get him into the lineup. One-time Miami Dolphin. Elway with the punt. Penalty marker thrown downfield as Elway is taken down.
Well, that's going to be pass interference on Izell Jenkins. John uses a classic play fake where it's a hitch and go. They fakes the slant, pumps his arm, makes the defensive back think he's going to throw it, and then pulls the ball back down and tries to throw the goal. And Jenkins knew he was fooled there, and he just grabbed hold of the Denver receiver.
On the defense, number 46, 2 men in motion at the same time on the offense. Penalties offset. We'll replay first down.
On top of the screen, John Elway's faking the slant pass, and then this receiver's going to adjust and go here. Jenkins gets caught and just tackles it.
Break for the Eagles with the penalty also called on Denver. So it's a first out at the 20-yard line. Minute 40 gone by in the fourth quarter. Elway running out of the pocket. Taken down at the 15 by the middle linebacker, Byron Evans.
Nice open field tackle by Byron Evans there. You don't see too many linebackers that can close in on Elway, and with that much room to operate, make an open field tackle. He's got plenty of field to work in, but Evans just stays up and is able to get John down.
Buddy Ryan used to say that Byron Evans is the hardest hitting middle linebacker in the NFL in his 6th year out of Arizona. 2nd and 5 at the 15. Greg Lewis is stopped by Andre Waters.
Waters is, of course, as much as anyone, you know, they have all the big names. Reggie White, and then, of course, Jerome Brown was a big name in Philadelphia, Clyde Simmons, Seth Joyner. But as much as anyone, Andre Waters, epitomizes the toughness and the aggressiveness of that Philadelphia defense, along with the other safety, Wes Hopkins.
3rd down and about 5. And that did not work. Inside handoff intended for Greg Lewis. And the Eagles saw it all the way. Andy Harmon with the tackle. It is a 4th down and 6 at the 16-yard line.
They're going to go for the field goal here and just try to get some points up.
You agree with that call?
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. I think they're just trying to get on the board and get something positive. And they go for this 4th down based on the way this game's going. They're not going to make it now. They're going to be worse off than they would have been.
33-yard attempt. No good. Dan Reeves looking stunned. Treadwell earlier missed from 49. He missed here from 33. 65,000 plus on hand with Bill Parcells. I'm Marv Albert. 11 minutes remaining, 4th quarter. The Philadelphia Eagles lead the Denver Broncos 27-0. Eagles take over at their 20-yard line. Herschel Walker with a short pickup initial 16 carries, only 38 yards. Got off to the good start, but not quite the same as his first 2 weeks when he went over 100 yards each time.
It really doesn't make any difference today, though, because they really didn't need for him to have this 100-yard game today, because they had the big plays in the passing game and the easy touchdowns. But Herschel will provide them the balance running and the ability to deliberately drive the ball down the field as the season goes on. It's a good resource.
Yes, he certainly has set things up for Randall Cunningham, who has been outstanding. 17 of 24, 3 touchdowns, and another completion. It's Fred Barnett making his 5th catch of the day, taken down by the free safety, Steve Atwater.
Barnett is putting on a clinic today. I mean, every time they go out to him, you think he's going to run for a touchdown after the reception. And this reception's no exception here. Looks like he might split the safeties and go all the way again.
5 catches, 102 yards for Barnett, who had 12 receptions last Sunday against Phoenix. Now Barnett flanks to the left side. Philadelphia first down at their 47-yard line. They lead 27-0. Walker stopped back behind the line. It is a loss on the play. Brian Sauché making the stop along with Jeff Mills. So you chatting earlier with your good friend Jim McMahon, the backup quarterback to Randall Cunningham. Took over for the injured Cunningham last year. Did the job going 8 up, 3 down before undergoing arthroscopic surgery on his knee and right elbow back in January.
That's one of my favorite guys, Marv. He's Rich Kotite told me Saturday on the practice field, he's the smartest football player he's ever been around in his coaching career. Now, that's a pretty big statement. I think Jim is helping, with the coaching, keeping some of the young players focused, the quarterback, helping Randall. He's not really a threat to Randall. Randall has to respect McMahon's opinion and ability, and the fact that McMahon has a championship. So he's the guy that's a great resource. Besides the fact, if something does happen to Randall, he can go in and win for you. That's the best thing.
Well, Rich Kotite is shocked with the quarterback injury situation a year ago, taking no chances this season. Behind McMahon, he has David Archer, who is the 3rd quarterback for today, and a rookie by the name of Casey Weldon. So he has 4 quarterbacks on the roster. It's a 3rd down and 4 at the 47. Just under 8 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. Here's Walker with some room. He collects the first down. Stopped by Charles Dibry. Right here, we're set for an update. Let's go to Bob.
Marv, the Packers' #1 pick from Florida State, Terrell Buckley, who has anointed himself as the Jim Thorpe of the second half of the century, goes 58 yards with his punt return for a TD. Watch him as he hits the end zone. Here's a brief religious respite. Then he stands up and worships himself and asks the crowd to do the same. Bengals 17, Packers 10.
The Jim Thorpe of the second half of the century.
Now, those reputation makers sometimes don't last too long. Sometimes take the first time.
Myers with a short advance. The nose tackle, Greg Cragen, made the stop. Well, the Jets now down 31-7 in the 4th quarter. Kansas City and Houston tied at 13 in the 4th. So Houston coming from behind. Cincinnati trying to make it 3-0 for David Shula. Just saw that play. Minnesota in front of Tampa Bay in the 4th. And New Orleans and Atlanta tied at 7. Seattle in front of New England. Walker. And he is stopped for a short game. Ron Holmes in on the tackle. 6:15 remaining in the 4th quarter. Philadelphia Eagles on their way to going 3-0. They have not opened up at 3-0 since 1981. Next week, they are not scheduled. It's the bye week, and then they're home for Dallas, play at Kansas City, and at Washington. Not a pretty picture there.
Well, they've got the tough ones coming up, but they're in good shape. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen, some other backs here, Keith Sherman or someone, in there, take a little load off. First, there's no use wearing him out today with a 27-0 lead.
Cunningham off the run. And he picks up a first down, covered up by Mike Kroll.
Another example of Randall escaping the pressure. The outside's open. He's pointing the receiver downfield. Now he just turns it on and protects himself with a nice head first slide, picks up a couple yards. As I said, Randall's confidence, to me, today, just looking at him, having seen him so much, he looks more like the Randall Cunningham that I'm used to seeing than he did on the two films that we looked at.
It's a first down at the 23, ninth play of the drive. And it is Walker, bottled up by Jeff Mills. We visited yesterday at the Eagles practice with a one-time AFL quarterback, primarily with the New York Jets, Dick Wood. He's now, there he is, running backs coach for the Eagles. And we were discussing Wood last week. Had a conversation with Jay Schrader of the Raiders, who certainly has the arm strength, one of the stronger arms in the NFL. But you were saying Dick Wood can do some interesting things with the football in his day.
Well, Dick Wood had a very, very strong arm. He used to stand underneath the flagpole and throw the ball straight up and take bets that he could get it over the pole.
A most intriguing activity.
And this was back in the 50s, Marv, when he was a young guy coming out. He might not get it over that Vet Stadium flag there, but coming out of Auburn's, where he played his college football, and he used to stand under those flagpoles and throw the ball straight up. But he told us yesterday the furthest he could ever throw the ball was 75 yards. Now, Schrader said he could throw it 87 at one time. And we had a guy at New England named Russ Francis, a tight end, who threw it 90. And they say Bo Jackson could throw it well over 80 yards.
Russ Francis threw 90 yards?
90 yards.
And there are some quarterbacks who can do that on their knees, not 90 yards, as Walker on the third down is stopped. But there are quarterbacks who have the strength to do it while on their knees.
What do you mean on their knees? What are you talking about there?
What other betting activity?
Oh, I see. You mean that one that just testing the arm strength?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see. I didn't know. Yeah. I thought you're supposed to, if you're a quarterback, you're supposed to try to stand up, aren't you?
Thanks, Bill. Roger Ruzek will attempt a 35-yard field goal. It's a 4th down and 4 down at the 17. 2:35 remaining in this 4th quarter. Ruzek earlier hit from 50. He is 3 for 3 on the day. Eagles lead it 30-0. It has been total domination by the Philadelphia Eagles. A very impressive performance. They lead the Denver Broncos by the score of 30-0. Roger Ruzek, who a moment ago converted his 3rd field goal of the day with the approach and the kickoff. And another good kick. Arthur Marshall will stay right there. 2:20 remaining in the 4th quarter. We'll be back in a moment.
Whatever happened to clear investment signals? Real returns can...
One of the most ineffective days in the standout career of John Elway. 8 for 18, 59 yards. You recall when he first broke into the NFL, he had some problems, but not able to get anything going today, and there are reasons for it. The unsettled offensive line, lack of a running game, and the Eagle defensive unit also had something to say about that. Sean Moore, first-year player out of Virginia, has taken over at quarterback. The give is to Greg Lewis, reaching out across the 25. Check that. Gaston Green stopped by William Thomas, Sean Moore spent the first 11 weeks of last season on the practice squad and then was activated. An 11th round draft pick a year ago. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. It has been a terrific day for Eagles quarterback Randall Cunningham. 18 of 25, 270 yards, 3 touchdowns. 1 to Fred Barnett, 2 to Calvin Williams. And the Eagles with a 30-0 lead on the Broncos. Second down and 5. Sean Moore goes down inside the 10. Clyde Simmons with the sack. We're set for another update. Let's go to Bob Costas.
Marv, a good one at the Astrodome. Here's Warren Moon zipping this one 21 yards to Ernest Givens for the go-ahead touchdown. And the Oilers take a 20-13 edge over the Chiefs. And as we get to the post-game show following the Eagles and the Broncos, we'll try and have you look in on the end of the game at the Astrodome. Let's go back to the vet.
All right, Bob. Sean Moore, who just took over for John Elway, making his NFL debut, was taken down. 4th sack of the day by the Eagles. 2nd for Simmons, who had 3 last week, so that's 5 for the season for the Pro Bowl right defensive end. It'll be a 3rd down and 20 back at the 10 with 1:35 to go in this 4th quarter. Denver with only 4 first downs for the day.
This is the kind of consistency that Rich Kotite had been hoping for. I know all the Eagle players, almost to the man. Reggie White was saying the other day when we talked to him that the inconsistent, one time the offense would play well, one time the defense would play well, the special teams would let them down, and then vice versa, that situation. I think all of the Eagle players are committed to the best effort from their particular segments on a weekly basis, and when you get it like they got it today, this is the result. This team is definitely capable of beating anybody in the National Football League if they play like they play today. In the past, once in a while, they would self-destruct and give games away and lose to people that they shouldn't lose to. But I see a greater sense of purpose with the Eagles here this year.
Remind to stay with us after the conclusion of the game for the Old Spice NFL Live post-game report, which will include a report on a rash of injuries today in the NFL. Here's Moore in trouble, and down he goes. Let's see, not a safety though. Apparently he got out of the end zone, or did he get the pass off? Eagles were looking for a safety.
Well, that's the thing that the referee has to decide, not whether he got out, but was he down before he threw the ball? And, you know, did his knee touch it? It looks like it may have. But the official calls it incomplete. You see Moore, looks like he is down, but what's 2 more points when it's 30-0, right?
And Haran will punt from the end zone. It will be a very long plane ride back to Denver. Here's Jeff Seidner getting inside the 40-yard line. Victor Jones made the stop. Also coming up on the Old Spice NFL post-game report, a check on that Houston-Kansas City game. That'll be following the Eagles and the Broncos. And we'd like to thank our spotters, Bill Friel, Mike McKay. Today's telecast produced by Tommy Roy, directed by John McDonough. Associate Director, Jeffrey Simon. Thanks also to our statistician in the booth, Elliot Kalb, and production associate, Jim Bell. So the Philadelphia Eagles at the Denver 35-yard line. Would you question Randall Cunningham's presence on the field at this point?
You know, I might. I think maybe David Archer, but he's just going to kneel down here. You know, some quarterbacks don't like to be taken out at this time of the game. They like to enjoy this thing. This is some quarterback's favorite play right here. Now they're out there, you know, they can shake hands with the other Denver guys and say nice game, and we'll see you down the road maybe.
A little socializing opportunity.
Yeah, that's right. And
although I don't think the Broncos are in that particular mood.
No, but, you know, the Broncos got a long way to go, and they're in good shape in their division. They get some players back. They're going to be all right.
So the Denver Broncos shut out for the first time since 1988. The New Orleans Saints did it then. They have been shut out only twice during the course of John Elway's career, 84 and 88. And the Broncos go to a record of 2-1. The Eagles to 3-0. The first time they have opened up 3-0 since back in 1981. This one is over. Philadelphia Eagles defeating the Denver Broncos by the score of 30-0. On a very difficult day for John Elway, certainly one of the worst in his 10-year career, and the Broncos with only 4 first downs for the game. Eagles do it by the count of 30-0. Randall Cunningham throwing for 3. 2 to Calvin Williams. We'll be right back.
Radio Shack.
Back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Eagles with a 30-0 romp over the Broncos. I mentioned the success of Randall Cunningham. The final stat line, 18 of 25, 270 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And John Elway, only 8 of 18, just 59 yards, and he was sacked 3 times. Now stay tuned for the Old Spice NFL Live post-game report. That's coming up.
More coming up. Now back to Chris in primetime.
Let's get back to the NFL, where the Denver Broncos, with a pretty good defense and a pretty good quarterback, went into Philadelphia with an outstanding defense and a pretty good quarterback as well. Elway against Cunningham, Denver D, Philly D. Who would come to the forefront? That's what we went to the vet to find out this afternoon. John Elway could sit back and admire one man, Randall Cunningham, showing all the tools today. John, what do you really think of Randall?
I think Randall Cunningham is probably the greatest, is the best athlete at the position in the league. And here's a guy that's really got it all.
He's got it all, but I'll tell you what, are you envious? Tommy asked him that. He had to wonder.
There's one thing that you could have that Randall Cunningham has. What would it be?
There's 2 things I want.
There you go.
I want his straight ahead speed, and I want it for about 6 more years.
Well, straight ahead speed, he got it all day. Look at Randall, tuck the ball under, run it 29 yards before the Broncos could track him down. Elway had more praise for Randall's
Even though he's got the
improvisation.
straight ahead speed on that, I think we both got quickness within the pocket and can feel a rush and can get out of there.
And he's murder for linebackers. Look at him feel it. Dump it, Tommy, to keep fires.
Yeah, the thing that he does is he keeps his head up, and they both do until the last second so that they can see a place to release the football.
Here he hits Fred Barnett for 9. And then, of course, if somebody's not open, he can do it himself today. Randall 8 carries for 46 yards.
And once he takes off, people have to realize Randall Cunningham's running about a 4.5 40.
Well, it's no day at the beach to track him down, and that leaves Pat Beach open for 20 yards. But Randall can do more than scramble, right, John?
He's got a strong arm, but also throws the ball with a lot of touch.
Touch? You want touch? Look at this feather pass to Fred Barnett for 23 yards. Then Randall looking for pay dirt. Watch this. Zip. Beats Tyrone Braxton, 24-yard touchdown, 10-0 Eagles.
And the thing that makes this possible, what Herschel Walker has done the last couple of weeks, the play-action fake. The Broncos believe he might have the football.
And Williams was wide open for the touchdown. And then watch this. Zip. Looks so easy, so pretty. Fred Barnett touchdown, 17-0 Philadelphia at the half. Oh, yes, this just in. Philadelphia plays some D. They're thinking about their fallen teammate Jerome Brown. Andre Waters levels Mark Jackson. Waters flips Shannon Sharp. Reggie White, yeah, he knew where number 7 was. You can run, but you cannot hide from the minister. Clyde the Glide Simmons working against the young tackle Russell Freeman. On this play, a mismatch. Elway goes down. Eagles defense held the Broncos to just 82 yards, just 4 first downs. Elway threw for only 59 yards, but Randall, 3 touchdowns, 270 yards, 18 of 25. It was all Philadelphia, who registered a shutout early last year. Now they register a shutout early this year. 30-0. The Eagles all over the Broncos. And afterwards, Brett Barnett said they were fired up because the Broncos may have been doing some talking.
I think there was a lot of talk during the week from Braxton that really gave us a spark. He was mentioning how they had the best defense in the league. I'm quite sure he found out you just can't talk a game in the NFL now. You got to go out and play it too.
We just go out, we do our job. It's like construction, man. We go out, we have a job to do, we build the house, we get back to the sideline. The defense goes out, puts the electric in, they come back to the sideline. We go back out, we roof it, we come back. And I think that's our belief, is that we go out there, we do the job, we come back.
I'll tell you what, they've constructed a 3-0 record. The Chiefs, who have made their statement loud and clear, and so is the quarterback, Mr. Cunningham.
Yeah, he was. Chris, when I talked with him this week, he said that Herschel Walker has been such an asset because he's taken pressure off him. The translation is that when Herschel is running the ball, as he has for 3 weeks, even though he didn't put up the big numbers today, when they run that play-action pass at you, people believe you're going to run the ball. Linebackers, even DBs, tend to come up. At that point, people come open. And the other thing is, I think that for Randall Cunningham fans, you certainly see that he's running as well as ever. For the other teams in the league, it's bad news because I think that he's getting more comfortable in the pocket.
And I'll tell you who wasn't comfortable and has been having trouble on offense, the Denver Broncos. Now, they got a pretty good quarterback. Do these Broncos remind you of a team from way back when?
70s.
Yeah? You think you knew that team quite well. So far, the Broncos in 3 games, although they're 2-1, have amassed just 28 first downs. Against them today, the Eagles had 20. They need more O. When we return, the NFC title game rematch, Lions and... The 71 yards, the 2 defensive touchdowns seal it for the Saints as they hang the Bears 28-6. The Saints and Bears both even their marks at 21-1. You can see that since '85, only the 4th loss for Mike.
A pressure cooker where the gangrene Eagle defense and an angry lynch mob awaited the Broncos and fair-haired John Elway.
Scrambles, lock on to the guy. If you have like a deep third, get deep and try to locate the guy in your area and get on him, all right?
Knock the hell out of him, man. He's hit the receiver.
And when the quarterback scrambles, you can knock him out. Take him on out of there, all right?
Prince John was crowned early and often. He passed for only 59 yards and never converted on a 3rd down. It was a duel touted as a scramble fest between the game's great run-and-gun improvisers, Elway and Randall Cunningham. Only one lived up to the billing.
Barnett in motion. Cunningham takes the deep snap. He steps up. He starts to run. He's going to hold on to the football. Cuts across midfield. 45-40, 35, and he strays down to the 30-yard line. It's the Rambo show. Got away from Dennis Smith.
There is nobody does it better than number 12.
Eagles on top 3-0. They have a 2nd and 8. Cunningham fakes to Walker. He's back. He is floating it. And it is caught for a touchdown by Calvin Williams. Line of scrimmage for 34. Cunningham straight back. He's looking. He's going deep for Barnett, who has it for a touchdown. Cunningham, the Arkansas bred of this crowd, has exploded.
It was no fun for Bronco linebacker Mike Kroll, number 51.
Hold up, D. Come on, stay together, man. Stay together. All right, let's stay together, fellas. Come on now, guys, let's go. 3 and out. Time to plug some feathers.
Throw was blocked at the point of attack all day and blocked by Herschel Walker just to make a point.
Go, man. Come on. Hey, back up, Jack. Back up, Jack. Okay, you guys doing that now?
The Broncos were busted, and Dan Reeves did rant as echoes rained down from the famed Elway chant. Elway went from the frying pan to the fire, far from mile high. There'd be no last-second miracle win at the wire.